just more open world rather than being confined in a factory. You know, just like being out in nature and portaling off a mountain, stuff like that.
Yeah, mine's pretty stupid actually. This next one, only because it's one of those. This is one of those things that a lot of people would absolutely hate, but it is a pretty natural progression. Oh, there's something. What was that?
There's a ring. There's a deal. There's just do nothing.
Oh, go to your rings. It's there.
Oh.
Just a ring.
Oh. Alright, it doesn't do anything.
And a lot of people are really mad at this, but a Diablo open world MMORPG, where you port it from being a hack and slash to being into an open world game with full dungeons and character interactions and multiple quest lines. You know, the whole MMO experience. If I stop blocking, I die. Can't you just like fire through them? Hooray, I did it!
That was a lot of blocking.
I could have swore I just chopped off his head again.
I thought so too.
I'm like chopping off his head numerous times. Do you need a red pot? Don't you have like magic that you can like shoot through me out of them?
I need to engage my well, I need to hit him.
We're getting a little choppy here.
A little bit.
I'm the most melee arcane archer.
That was confusing.
My power's too weak.
Yeah.
Do you need more like health pots or something? Do you need more like mana pots?
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to conserve them because I'd rather not buy them if I'm being honest.
Well, there's a few more.
I'm buying them every time I go up there. So if I can strategically, because the most damage I'm doing is with my sword. So, I mean, keen hand.
Ooh, I'll use that one. Wendy 6 with a ×3 multiplier? Hells yeah.
Yeah, I might actually have. I only have 4. I thought I had more than that. Look at all those recalls though.
I see that.
Look at Club of Disruption. What does that mean?
It disrupts?
Poignant. Accurate. Oh man. Okay.
Jeweled padded gloves.
Alright.
And yes, we are still level 2 for some reason.
Did this for sure.
Saved? Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, we got slimes.
Something.
Nice. Oh.
They actually did not block, so.
Oh no!
DPS! DPS! Oh, he's dead. Dead. Pick up ring. Why would they so strategically placed?
Out of ammo. Out of ammo.
I guess Keen probably doesn't do anything against something that has a discernible anatomy. Oh, is there anything down this one? DPS! Oh, they got me.
That's not a smart move. Like it was right there. And it's like I'm gonna go around and hit the wall. Yeah, you are.
Oh, just revive me. $24. I'm down.
Oh damn it!
Fight this demon. Apparently you can critical pile of goo. That's what I'm learning from this. Is it raining out? Let's have to head back. Hang out here till my life comes back a little. Yeah, whatever. Oh no! Oh, down I go.
Damn it! Yeah.
Since we already got all the stuff from down the other way. They got me. Ouch.
I'm as healthy as I'm gonna get.
Big guy over there.
So
Oh, they got me.
pay for this.
Yeah, Dave, you'll make them pay for this. It looks like there's a cube to the north, so.
Oh yeah, I don't want any of them to do any of that alone. Well, wow, I barely. Well, as I recoup a little bit, I'm gonna go into number 2. Getting there. These last two are very complex. This requires a little bit of explanation because anybody who sees this most likely will not know my first point. And it's just a selfish thing for me because I like it. I was thinking it would be neat to have a game based around the television show from back in the day, the 90s, mind you, and then a little bit in the 2000s. In the 90s, it was called Sliders.
And it was terrible.
It was great. What it revolved around was basically parallel universes and going to parallel universes and different histories and how like one thing creates a butterfly effect that changes everything having to do with history, and every place that they went on the show, it was just I find it fascinating. So any like parallel universe and
especially the things that don't make any sense. Like in one series of the show, they go to a world where the colonies are still fighting against Great Britain, but there are Hitler references in it, and they're using M16 made by Colt, a U.S. manufacturer that would have never existed had that happened.
it's its own universe.
There's nothing to be gained by standing here. Let's move on.
Whoa, sass. But I was thinking because
It was well written, is what I'm saying.
it would be quite the undertaking. You could have kind of like you have games that are kind of detective games. Have it be a genre where you slide from place to place and everything's random. Like there are tons of variables. You just kind of like arrive into something, and sometimes maybe you'll have enough time to complete your task. Maybe you don't find out what the task is in time, you know. And it instead of being like super graphics wise, you could just make it 64-bit, you know, and have more variables like you would in biomes in Minecraft. But it's in my mind it works, but everything else it may not. But just the idea that you slide in there and maybe there's a meteor coming to the Earth and you don't have time and you gotta solve the problem in a certain amount of time. And the scoring for it for my last two games are kind of the same. The end point of the game isn't like necessarily beating the game, but seeing how long you survive.
It's a 7 days to die sort of game.
Kind of, yeah. So it's convoluted for sure. But in order to reach
And it cannot be worse written than the TV show was.
True, yeah.
The game developers themselves would look at that TV show and say, you know, someone does this really lazily. No, in all honesty, I really liked the show Sliders from.
Our foes are gathering strength while we wait here. Let's move on.
I really like the show Sliders from the 90s. I always expected that there would be a game made out of it, but there never was.
Yeah.
My number 2, excuse me, has to do with a very similar thing. And there was rumors that it was going to happen for a little while. There was even some gameplay and some screenshots of it that turned out to be false. They were completely false from a different game that was slightly doctored to make it look more like this. but it was a Firefly RPG. Not necessarily an MMO, although this one was supposed to be an MMO, but just a Firefly RPG would be great, where you got to like play around the universe, be the captain of a ship.
Quiver's
I
empty.
don't have any.
Useless magic missile.
Oh, I just hit the wrong button.
Alright.
Balls first, man.
Alright.
Yeah, when that Firefly, for really what it was a very, very popular show. It got a huge cult following afterwards. Oh, excuse me. And it would have been nice that they,
I can't do that here.
if they could have made a open world gameplay.
Thanks for the rescue down in the sewers, friend. I feel like a right fool for not heeding my own advice and staying clear of that place.
Way to be a fool.
Here are a few coins as a way of thanks. On an old trinket of mine from my younger days. It's not much, but it may be of use to you.
Thanks, Ethan.
Ethan.
Did you find that thief who was running around in the sewers?
Not yet. I'm still looking. I'll return when I found him. Oh, there's that amulet of Dex. There's no reason I would not just put that on now.
I want to sell it. Straight cash, man.
Cash money.
I can't do that here.
If quality and price are your chief concerns, then look no farther. You'll find my shop has excellent weapons at reasonable prices.
I mean, I want to use it, but
Friend, I think the smell of the sewers has taken a liking to you.
But I want to sell it.
I mean, sell it.
Have my it has a fun name, though.
The Disruptor?
Many fine deals.
We
What are you
I need
looking for?
less than 400 experience to level.
Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains.
Hey, this has some red on it. Red. And then, oh, I didn't know about the amulet. That is genuinely a surprise. Yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna go downstairs.
So little off of that ring of protection.
Swords, axes, bows. We have everything you need right here. If you need something to split someone's skull, or a helm to protect your own, you'll come to the right place.
See, that's
If
almost
quality and price are your chief
4,000.
concerns, then look no farther. You'll
Maybe
find
one
my
of
shop
those.
has excellent weapons at reasonable prices. Oh, friend, I think the smell of the sewers has taken a liking to you.
there we go.
I don't want to buy anything. Oh,
We have many fine deals. What are you looking for?
Many fine deals.
I can't do that here.
whoa. Drop an arrow.
Will let you drop them there? Will it just disappear?
Let's hope they don't disappear. That's 20 arrows. I only have one healing, so it's fine.
Ah, you can drop here.
Alright, doing this.
I wonder why certain areas are just really slow.
Alright, so we just
You recall?
we were calling, yeah. Well, my number one has better source material, and I find it to be fascinating, and it would be a meme in of itself. 'Cause it's just
I was gonna. That was close. That was less close.
Yeah, look forward to being able to regenerate.
Maybe you can do that at level 2.
Well, definitely doing that at level 3.
Sorry, your second level up is what I meant. Who made a sewer system like this anyway? Alright.
Yeah. Hey, there's one.
Oh. Oh. Nope, can't open it that way. I'm pretty sure I should have been dead there. Whoop whoop. That's you.
Alright, I wanted to go up on something. Whoa! You see that?
Why are there so many? Oh, they got me.
My power's too weak. My power's too weak.
Yeah, Dave, your power's too weak.
My power's too
Yeah.
weak.
It's too weak. Good thing you put that point in there.
Yeah, look at how fast it's shooting up there. It's so good. Yep, I think I might do that next damn level too. I just wanted to regenerate. I'm sick of drinking.
Or you could be like me. Put it into archery and then never down I go. I think I took like 6 of those in the face at once. But you're still up. You and your leather bikini.
Yeah. Hey, it's like a skirt, so it's almost, it's almost an outfit.
Leather burqa.
My power's too weak.
Where should I? Anything else over here? Nope.
It's a circle. Completely a circle.
I only died like 6 times, so it's a good run so far. It's fucking shitting me.
What? Son of a bitch. Alright, more steam. I don't want more steam. I could do without that. Oh,
got him. Hooray!
My power's too weak.
Alright. Flaming arrows. Deflector, endurance.
But the flame, when you shoot flame arrows and all these skills, does that take up mana?
The enchanted arrow does not. The flame arrow doesn't say it does. Let's be enchants arrows with a flaming aura to increase damage. Let's do the most mundane things I can, because I don't want to fight with you over pots. What are you targeting, man? I could use some more arrows. No, nothing. Nothing at all.
There's no lever. Horse shit. Solid horse shit.
Die!
Yeah. We need a good chance of luck.
They always hit me.
Out of ammo. Out of ammo.
I'm gonna run in and die then. Deal some damage and die. Yeah, down this way. Yep. And then you go, or you just keep going down and then to the right. You don't have to go through the steam anymore because we found this one.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm just gonna run in and die. Oh, what's up this way? Oh, he killed me.
That's the noise the monsters make. I thought that's how you sounded when you died.
Nope. Alright, it's gonna run in and do the thing again.
Power's too weak.
He got me. He's dead. A light mace of disruption. Doesn't appear to be anything down there though.
Yeah, nothing. It's like experience detour. Like a tiny
Nope, it's gonna run in and die again.
Okay.
I kinda want that light mace of disruption though, just to see what it does.
They both do sick. My thing with this is like, I like the keen. I like. So,
1 point left. Okay.
well, I have a point left too. I'll be damned.
Plus 5 mana.
A whole 5.
A whole 5.
Huh, well, what?
I need you to be up close enough so I can just jump in and die. Draw all the aggro, swing. Nope, they got me. I don't know why I even drank that health potion.
My power's too weak. 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 My power's too weak.
There's 4 more down there, yeah.
Picked up there.
Nope.
I'm doing this. What? This. I'm doing this stuff.
He's gonna go all the way back to town.
Yeah, go back to town, sell stuff, get stuff. Because ranged, I was hurting them way more than they were hurting me.
There are no enemies here.
Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains. Swords, axes, bows, we have everything you need right here. If you need something to split someone's skull, or a helm to protect your own, you'll come to the right place.
Oh, you can't sell these.
If quality and price are your chief concerns, then look no farther. You'll find my shop has excellent weapons at reasonable prices.
I wouldn't say reasonable.
I can't do that here.
There are no enemies here.
Why are we whispering?
I don't know.
Alright.
Please, leave me be. I want no trouble.
Are you alright though?
Are you alright?
I've been waiting for someone, but I fear I wait in vain.
We're on a mission right now. I don't have time for that. Alright. Way to recall again?
Yep.
So does a recall is like one way?
It's 2 ways.
Each oh, okay, so each recall. Okay.
I wonder how far this goes up. What about a Rorschach?
There it is. Nice. Cool.
There we go. Who placed all those oozes in the way of the lever?
Look at this, we're actually playing a game that's like linear. It's crazy.
And asking why things happened.
Yeah.
Who does that? Like, who controls the oozes?
Alright. Lower. Yeah.
The crypt. Why did you put the crypt below the sewers? Doesn't make any sense at all.
No, that's not. There isn't that much sense to be had. Whoa. Let's start them up.
There's power pose.
Cut scene 1. Look at me. No, cut scene.
Have you done as I asked, Khan?
Yes, my Lord Xantum. I sent one of my best men to the crypts in the temple, as you instructed.
The orb must be placed within the Chamber of Ashes within the crypts. If your man fails to do this, then both of you shall answer for it.
Yes, my lord. He knows your wishes, and he will not fail you.
Very well. Bring me the prisoner you found in the sewers. I will question him now.
My lord, I sent for the prisoner some time ago, but I have received no word from the bugbears in the sewers.
Send your men into the sewers. Find out what has happened to our soldiers and bring me the prisoner. Do not fail me in this, Khan.
Yes, my lord. Should I recall the man I sent to the temple?
No. If he places the orb as instructed, he will not be coming back. Tell your men to avoid the temple grounds. To enter it now is certain death.
I remember when I thought the storyline was good.
Whoa. Boy, was that close to that.
Oh!
Pay for this.
I don't like my odds. You
Yeah.
died a lot quicker than I anticipated.
Yeah, I was too far through the door, so I was getting hit from behind. Shield only blocks one way.
Alright.
Not me again. This probably would be a lot easier if one of us was a melee character.
Oh, of course, yeah. So not only are we on hard mode, we're on hard.
Yeah, we're on hard mode. But there is only one melee you can select, so... Nope, down I go.
Pay for this.
I didn't even have a chance to move that time.
That was not a wise decision. That was a terrible decision. I got out of it though.
You did. Well,
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a great idea.
oh wow. Deal damage, Dave.
So my power's too weak.
All the original ones we did.
Like,
This is, yeah, in hard mode, this actually is quite difficult. Preemptively start singing.
So my power's too weak.
not what I was planning on doing.
I'm gonna let my health come back for a second.
Okay. Yeah, let's do our number one.
Yeah. So I'll do mine first. My number one is pretty basic. It is just like Dave's number two. The shows came out around the same time. Obviously, Dave's was Sliders. Mine had a very similar concept. Mine was military based. Air Force, to be specific. The United States Air Force. And it was based around a movie called Stargate. And the show was called Stargate SG-1. And it had about 5 or 6 really linear storylines where they like went to different planets and got some simple quest markers and shot shit up and then got back to the gate. And I was like, hey, they do this with many other games. And since you're always in a 4-person group, this would be...
Still many leagues to go.
Shut the fuck up, dude. This would be the perfect game to have a squad-based shooter in. Where you have a third-person view, and you send one person here and one person here, and you have to get to the ruins and look at this and blow up that. I mean, it's like the perfect setup with start and end points to have a squad-based shooter. And I really, like, if they would have made it, I would have bought it and played it just for the fact that it was just a good concept for that style of game. Oh, and going way back, there is another game series, Dave, that I've spent an exorbitant amount of money on.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't even in my honorable mentions. And I just remembered it just now. Can you guess what it was?
About this area you wanted
The
me to see?
Civilization series.
Oh, geez.
That I've been playing since Civ 1. I have bought every game and every expansion for it, excluding one. There's one I don't have, and it's the newest one for Civ 6, Rise and Fall. But I have bought the rest of those games and all the expansions. So
Yeah.
that should have been on my list back in the day because I've spent a lot of money on that,
That's
and
a
I've
good point.
and I've spent a lot of time playing. Those have to be like one of the greatest time sinks of games you can put into it. Oh.
No, in hindsight, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
My number one is convoluted again.
Yeah, I don't fully understand it. I swear that he made this game.
Nope, you're thinking of an RPG, but like, what I'm saying isn't even an RPG. Think about Mario. Now, I want you to think about Mario. It's cartoonish, yes. It's got its own style, its own thing, whether it be 3D, 2D, whether you're platforming or what have you. But I was thinking, reimagine it instead of what the stupid ass movie in the 90s was, which it didn't really connote. It tried to make it into a normal movie, but connecting Mario to it. And so Goombas weren't Goombas. Goombas were just mutant tall people with guns. And it was stupid. It's the whole thing. There's a lot of stuff online, so you can read about it. But thinking about how terrifying it would be to be Mario.
There are still many leagues to
With,
go.
like a Goomba, with all of that, and instead of it being like you're getting the princess back, you just gotta fucking survive in the Mushroom Kingdom with those horrible things. Whether it be piranha plants that shoot fire, like all these things are cartoons, but if you made them real and you gave them like a gritty thing to them, you could create kind of like a dark
What are we
survival
waiting for?
game based on Mario and things like that. The booze, you gotta dodge booze. You gotta find power-ups, farm power-ups. I'm just saying, convoluted. I had a really hard time coming up with a top 5 for this particular thing, but I knew that yours was set. And I'm like, you already had yours set. I'm gonna do it. So I spent the whole week brainstorming.
I'm imagining this is like if you put Mario and Luigi and Princess in the original Resident Evil game.
Yes, thank you. I think that's
And instead of zombies, you have Goombas.
Yeah.
Like,
You have just this mushroom-shaped, horrible-looking mutant thing that's like running into the door mindlessly, and you're just like, oh shit, And then you
Let's
throw
press
fire at
on.
stuff. Yeah, no, it's super convoluted and super incredibly just diving into my imagination. But I am not starved for a lot of good ideas with games, because things that I would have wanted in games have happened. And I am not a connoisseur of newer things. I tend to enjoy older formats. Like, I wanted something, I thought it would be cool to have something along the lines of, what Magic Arena is now. I wanted a electronic thing that isn't Magic Online. I wanted something that had an interface that I felt, was more fun.
right.
So, and that happened. So, I don't know, there are a lot of things that I am. How's that Mace treatment?
What was that?
How's the Mace?
I don't think it's as good. I don't know what disruption does. I mean, it might be worth a quick Google though. Let's go with disruption. Wow, that was not it. Disruption. Boulders Gate. Mace of Disruption, Boulders Gate Wiki. Item Mace, Enhanced 3, Lore 45, Weight 8, Acquisition. The Mace of Disruption is an enchanted mace in Baldur's Gate 2 that is especially useful against undead. The Smith Cromwell is able to upgrade a basic +3 weapon with a lithium ore to a +5 weapon with additional protective against level drain. Except this is Baldur's Gate 1. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance item fact. Here we go. Okay.
It's not Baldur's Gate.
What?
It's not Baldur's Gate. It's
Dark Alliance.
yeah. That's the next series. Because Champions Go right.
What?
This is Champions
This is not Champions North. This
It
is
isn't?
no. This
Are you-
is
Really?
yep. This is Baldur's Gate.
So I was advertising the wrong thing.
Apparently.
Damn. Well, welcome. Welcome to. Oh my goodness.
No, this is Dark Alliance.
Good lord. Because okay, man. I know better now. Man.
It's okay. I remember my first time. There should be a search on page for this. Find a page. This. Eruption. What the fuck? Oh, here it is. Causes instant kill on undead. Has about a 1 in 6 chance of success. Sure.
Okay.
I'll keep that on for now.
In this particular section, probably useful.
It's 1 in 6. No, I wanted the ox.
We both did, and I think we both just ran up the stairs because we were so excited. Damn it.
Yeah, Detroit's tied with Pittsburgh right now.
It's just a thing. Sorry. I'm sorry.
She looks very upset with
Yeah,
you.
That is upsetting. I guess we picked it up. Because it was glowing.
Yeah, I don't see it down there anymore. You must have it.
No.
No. You do have some really nice abs, though. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see it down here on the floor. Oh, that's very near death.
My power is too weak. This'll teach you.
I'll watch, don't worry.
I don't click much on that. I was just literally just beating bones and bad.
I help her swim back very slowly.
Soldier.
Oh no. There we go. Get those out of the way.
What are you doing here? Run now, before he changes you!
Look, slow down. Who are you? What happened here? It's you.
I am Fayed, a priest of Ilmater. I tend the crypts and perform burial rites here at the Shrine of Suffering. Now I fear that I shall be the next one to be changed.
Changed?
Into the Walking Dead! Haven't you seen them? They're everywhere! My fellow brothers and sisters of the temple, all dead. I was taking an urn of ashes to one of the crypts when I discovered a strange set of tracks leading downwards. When I followed them, I found that thing, that foul orb, and the dead arose around me. Vile skeletons, zombies, unholy ground. I acted quickly, sealing this level off from the level below, then barricaded myself in this room. I had hoped sealing off this level would prevent the dead from reaching here. I was wrong.
How did you shield off this level?
We priests of Ilmater set up some non-lethal traps here in the crypts to capture grave robbers. The trap that sealed off the exits is triggered by 3 urns on this level. When these urns are taken from their pedestals, stone blocks seal off all the exits from this level. I knocked all the urns from their pedestals and then barricaded myself in here. But I was not fast enough. Some of the dead had already entered this level, and the power of that thing below seems to be able to reach even here. Fortunately, I am able to hide myself from the eyes of these undead creatures, for the time being. I can only hope that the gates and wards will prevent the dead from reaching the level above.
Where are all these undead coming from?
They're coming from below,
Probably gonna die while
from
it's
that thing in the Chamber of Ashes. It's an orb. I only caught a glimpse of it, what it was doing to my fellow priests. The orb calls to their spirits, then kills them, slowly letting them die, then raising them again so they may suffer in undeath as well. It hates all of us priests. Even now, I can hear it calling, trying to draw me to it so it can kill me, then raise me from the dead to perform its will.
Go here.
Uh,
I want to talk.
nah. Where did the orb come from?
I don't know. I was delivering an urn to the lower crypts when I suddenly noticed tracks on the floor. As I am the only one who usually comes down here, I became curious and followed them.
That must have been that thief I've been tracking. Where did the tracks lead?
They lead to the level below. That was when I noticed a foul-smelling mist emanating from the Chamber of Ashes. When I entered the chamber, there it was, a swirling gray orb surrounded by bodies and this horrid glow. And without thinking, I ran and hid.
With this level shield off, how can I reach the orb?
To reach the level below, you must find the 3 urns on this level and place them back on the proper pedestals. Then the gate to the crypts below will open.
What do these urns look like?
There are 3 urns, gold, silver, and bronze. They and the pedestals they rested upon were intended to catch grave robbers. I had hoped by activating them I could seal the undead below. A vain hope.
Where did this orb come from? I already did that one. I'll take care of the orb, afraid.
No, my place is here. I should help you, not run from this. If I can help you, I will.
Yeah, but listen, as you've stated, every initial thought that you've had has been wrong. So do you want... he like goes through a big diatribe, but then he's like, oh, I was wrong. And then he does another one. He's like, I was wrong. So what makes you think?
Very well. You can tell me where this orb came from. No. How many undead are in the crypt?
I fear a great many. Many Umatari from across the Sword Coast were at the shrine to pay respects to the sacrifice of Saint Solars the twice martyred when this evil struck. This evil has devoured almost all the brothers and sisters of Ilmater gathered for the ceremony. Well over 200 men and women. Now zombies, animated by that foul orb. The skeletons, however, seem to have been raised from the dead that lay within the crypts already. Nearly a century of dead, their bones given life once again.
I could use some healing, Fade.
Of course. Let the power of Ilmater comfort you, and restore your strength.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
I thought there was more.
You've returned. Have you destroyed the orb?
Yes.
No. I'm still trying to make my way down there, Fred. I'll return when I found it and destroyed it. Okay. The chest over here. Plus 1 pair of gloves. Now my hands glow. I'm not sure if we're going to find another save point in the next 10 minutes, but we can try.
We can try. My guess would be no. I was considering but yeah.
He got me. You can't see very well. Hey, save. I think that disruption thing worked.
And did not work.
There's like a ghost walking around.
My power's too weak.
Apparently I can critical hit for 2. It's great. Solid use of the critical there.
Drink ghost.
My power's too weak.
Your want to destroy me transcends games, Dave. Forgot me.
I find it interesting, my magic missiles, when they hit, they sound like some sort of 80s music sound.
They got me.
My power's too weak.
Dave, your power's too weak. He killed me before I could even come back. They got me.
Maybe we didn't need to find another save thing, we just had this one. Does it just save our progress like all these kills? That's how that...
Yeah, it just saves the game in the current state.
Alright, so it is progress, cool. Keeping me out.
My power's too weak.
But they got me.
Soldier.
keep sacrificing it myself so you can get all the experience.
I appreciate it. And you don't appear to lose anything but time. When you die.
Gotcha.
Whoa, he's telling me that. Enough of that.
My power's too weak.
Oh, they got me. Yeah, after we finish our top 5, our one viewer left.
Now
It's all the game here with the top 5 list. How sad.
My power's too weak. So power's too weak.
No!
wow.
You spent a lot of time humping that box there.
Yeah. Okay.
Just had a good vibration, huh?
No!
I mean, that's a cool effect. Kind of evaporating him. I do like that. I tried to pick that up before.
Maybe there was a copy sitting there for me.
It didn't happen, maybe. There it is.
Just to make sure that it still has you in the game, even if you're not fully materialized.
I was actually thinking the same thing.
I think that's it though, everybody.
We're playing Baldur's Gate, by the way.
Yeah, we're playing Baldur's Gate. This is
I announced the wrong game in the beginning. For whatever reason. I think it's because we talked about the difference between the two last week.
oh yeah,
Mario.
yep. But no. This is Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. There is only 3 characters to choose from in this. In Champions of Norath, which is based on EverQuest, there's about a half dozen to choose from, and male and females of each. In this one, I'm playing the Archer, although for the most part, I'm in melee.
Yeah.
And in Gems of North, I'll be playing the cleric, which is an actual melee, or at least it can be. But anyway, that's it for this. We did it, sort of. We got into the game. I took my vinegar shot because it was delicious. Still feeling warm from that. And yeah, that's it. Everybody, we'll see you next week. Have a good night.